welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a hot minute since I've been posting videos. I apologize for that. It's been a little bit hectic, a little bit busy with all of the Christmas stuff going on. So, you know, I never leave it for like the present buying and all the things, like the decor. I never leave it so late. And this year, since September, it's just been go crazy. And the days have just slipped by. I'm not even done buying presents yet. Go figure. It's like right now it's like 18 days until Christmas. So, you know, I mean, they're all on their way, thankfully, but you know, but it's just been hectic. But we are back, and I wanted to share with you a little bit of a book haul that I did, as well as some updates about Project Elizabeth and just life stuff that's going on. So for the book haul, I actually went to Barnes & Noble's because I cannot help myself. I don't know why I bought a Kindle. I can't even have books. Like, you know, I redid this whole room. I had to take out my my bookcases. I have a little one here just with my Harry Potter books and some Jane Austen novels that are like really special to me. And I cannot buy any books because I don't have anywhere to put them. But your girl went out and bought more books anyway. So I bought 3, and they came highly recommended by Bookstagram and Book Talk and all the talks and ticks and whatever it's called. So the fourth, it's called the fourth, but it's the first. First, I bought Fourth Wing. I have yet to start it. I started with the last one I'm gonna show you, just because it's like the biggest one. So I hear really good things about it. Someone told me, I think it was the girl at Barnes & Noble, she said, oh, you'll love Fourth Wing. It is a combination of the Hunger Games, and what else did she say? And was it Game of Thrones? You know what, I forgot. I totally forgot. About the Hunger Games or something else. And I was like, great, I love those 2 things. Whatever the second one was, now I can't even remember. No, she said, it's right. That's why I thought of Game of Thrones. She said it's a combination of the Hunger Games and dragons. See, dragons, that's why I thought of Game of Thrones. And I see a dragon there, so I know literally nothing about this one. I hear really good things about it. And I was like, you know what? Let me pick it up. Fourth Wing. I do know that the second one came out. I think it's called Iron Flame. But we'll get there. The second first book in the series that I bought is A Court of Thorns and Roses. Now this is highly recommended. I know I'm way behind. I understand. I'm sorry. But this is really good. They told me that I would love it, that it's great. I think it's like a fairy high fantasy kind of thing. Not usually my cup of tea. I'm more of like a science fiction-y gal than a high fantasy, with the exception of Game of Thrones, you know, and Lord of the Rings. But, you know, I also hear it's very sexy, so we'll see. And I think there's like 5 of these out already, so when I get started, I will have, you know, the whole series out. Last but not least, because this is the one that I started with, the one that I was most curious about, is A Discovery of Witches. A few of the YouTubers that I follow have been recommending it for months and months. And it's just stunning. It's a stunning book. It's so romantic. It's not sexy. I mean, it is sexy, but you know, it doesn't have a lot of like open door scenes in that way, but it's very romantic, and it's so smart. It's suspenseful, but I love the smart part of it, you know, because in the book, Diana Bishop, she's a historian at Oxford University, and I just love that part of the book. So this, they said, and I concur, is a Twilight for adults, because it is about vampires. Well, it's vampires, witches, demons, but essentially the central story is about Matthew and Diana. Matthew's a vampire, she is a witch, but she's human because she doesn't really use her powers. But it's so good. It's so good. And it was so good. I'm on page 554, and there's only like 570 something pages. So I'm almost done with this one. I bought it last week, and I couldn't help myself. So A Court of Thorn and Roses, and fourth one will have to wait because I bought number 2 and number 3 of the trilogy, of the All Souls trilogy. So this is what's happening as soon as I finish A Discovery of Witches, which is Shadow of Night. I cannot wait to start it. I actually also started, because it is a series on AMC, yeah, on AMC Plus, I think Sundance and Shudder, but I bought it on my Apple TV, all 3 seasons. So I've been kind of watching it along with the book. Well, I'm way more ahead in the book than I am in the first series, but as soon as I finish it, I can watch the remaining season 1, and then start the book, and then eventually go on to season 2. So yeah, that is my really cool book haul. I loved it. Sometimes, you know, things are recommended and you don't really like them. You're not really sure how they're gonna, you know, sometimes like it's not really true. Like a lot of people can recommend something that you're not really into, but these, well, Discovery of Witches at least, definitely is living up to the hype. It is beautiful, beautiful, stunning book. And the other 2, I mean, so many people can't be wrong, right? I mean, these have to be good, you know. So we'll see. So the other thing that was on my mind and I wanted to share with you guys, hang on a second, I just got an email. Okay. Was Project Elizabeth. So Project Elizabeth, hold on, Elvis. Project Elizabeth. Also, sorry, The Grinch. I don't know if I've worn this before, but maybe I haven't. Again, Project Elizabeth. So I think that Project Elizabeth is going to need to be benched for a while, kind of put in the back burner. Why? Because I'm just struggling with the overall story, you know. I haven't written in a while, and even less so reading. I had been doing a lot less reading for months than I usually always have done. So about a week or 2 ago, I told myself that I was going to put social media aside, put TV aside as much as possible, and just read my books, the ones that I bought. And it's been going well because, as you can tell, I'm almost done with Discovery of Witches, and I bought the other 2. So right now, I mentioned a while back in one of my first videos that in order to be a good writer, you have to be a good reader. And I haven't been a good reader for a bit. So that's what I'm doing now. I am essentially doing my research for, you know, the story that's still kind of percolating around in my head, but that I don't, a lot of it is behind a wall, and I can't really see it. I see bits and pieces of it, but I struggle to write. And that's a normal thing in the process. I mean, you don't know your entire full story when you start writing, but you can at least at least visualize some kind of arch to the story. I can't visualize that. I only have a couple of scenes in my head that aren't connected to anything else. So what I need to do now, is to fill my cup, because my cup is empty. I need to read. I need to just kind of live within stories, live within other worlds, and that is the best inspiration for your own story, if you know, to write. So that's what I'm doing. I am being a good reader, and this is it, really. I mean, people ask me, oh, how are you a writer? Like, how do you become a writer? How do you do it? I'm like, just read. That's all you have to do, is just read, because reading books that I really like always makes me want to pick up a pen. Oh, I just thought of that. And then, it's just really, really good. So Project Elizabeth will either change completely or kind of stay on track, but just with different things. Just like the general tone, I'm not sure. The biggest thing, sorry, I'm like mumbling here. It's usually how writers talk about their writing. Mumbling. I forgot now what I was gonna say. Right. Usually, wait, now I forgot what I really forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, you know what? See, I'm rambling and I'm going off tangents here, but ever since I got COVID, like the first COVID, like before vaccine, like 2020 COVID, like you didn't know if you're gonna die or just have a really bad flu. Ever since I got that COVID, I have been really, really bad at remembering things. Things really just do slip out of my head. And before COVID, that never happened to me before. And if sometimes things I forgot things, it wouldn't be so like obvious, or they would come right back. But now I kind of just, after I had COVID, I sit forgetting things. Like I have something in my mind, I forget it, and I just sit there like, what did I forget? What was it that I forgot? And sometimes it doesn't come back at all. So I think, maybe it has nothing to do with COVID, but I started noticing that after I had it, after I had it, I was positive for 2 months, having to go back, over and over again to do the test to see that if I was finally, if it was finally gone. I had that little cough thing for like 3 months after that. So I just sit here and I forget things and I just don't know what it is. And now when I finish the video and I'm editing it and I'm going back and I'm watching myself, then I'll remember, oh, that's what I wanted to say. If I ever do, because honestly, I don't even know. I don't even know what I was going to say. Anyways, but yeah, going back to Project Elizabeth, I'm not sure about it. So I really need to do my research. Wait, was that it? Was that what it was? So I think the gist of it, what I was going to say is, if you want to be a good writer, you have to be a good reader. And if you want to know like how to write good stories, just read a book. Essentially, that is your research. When we are studying for something, when we want to know about something, we research it, over and over, and we kind of learn how to do it. Really, when it comes to writing, apart from, learning the actual structure, grammar, and all of that, the best thing to do is just read. Just read. Read as much as you can, and the books themselves will give you the inspiration that you're looking for. I mean, it's really, really amazing how that happens. Hang on, is this okay here? Yeah. So it's really good, and it's really, really fun how that happened, and I'm having a lot of fun reading. Yeah, these books. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't too sure of Project Elizabeth since the beginning. I was always kind of like, let's see what I can do here. But I just don't have enough of the story to put it on paper or to transcribe it to a computer. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give it a little bit of break, just stay, just leave it in the back. And then eventually, maybe when I finish some of these books, or, sometime in the future, I can come back and write something. It's hard because I don't necessarily know that I ever want to publish something again. My book, The Secrets We Tell, didn't really do very well. And I think that's kind of my fault, not just because I didn't perhaps give it to like a professional editing services. And I edited that book 30,000 times. But it's just that I really don't know much about like marketing and all these things. So maybe I always kind of think, well, maybe you should work on the book that you have, give it time and give it, get it out there more so people can know about it before starting like a new project, because that's a lot of things to have in your head. At least for me as a writer. That's a lot. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of things talking. It's just a lot. People talking to you and your characters. I'm not crazy, but it is true. When you're writing, these people do talk to you. They really do talk to you. And you're writing along, and you're like, yeah, this person would never say that. No, they would never do that. Oh yeah, they would do that. Oh, they would totally say that. So it's a lot to have 2 stories in your head. So I don't know what I should do. Definitely Project Elizabeth is on hold, indeterminately. But in regards to my book that's already published, I don't know what to do. I don't know if to take it out of circulation, try again with traditional publishing, take it to, or just, I guess, give it or send it to professional editing services, which costs an arm and a leg, by the way. I don't know. I don't know what to do. But in the meantime, though, I'm just gonna read. Just gonna read all these gorgeous books. My good friend Tiffany, she went to Paris for a few days with her mom. And today I was outside because it's really nice and cold outside, so I wanted to take advantage. Otherwise, I'm just stuck in my room all day long. So I was sitting outside in the little patio, and my mom came in with this. I got a little postcard from Paris. So cute. I love it. So, fun fact. Tiff and I, we have been exchanging letters since I think since we graduated high school. We met in middle school, and then she went to another high school, I went to another high school. And I think it was right after high school, or maybe sometime like in my first year of college or something, I still had her address. And I found one of the letters that a birthday card that she had sent me while we were like in middle school, and it had her address on it. And I was like, let me just check, just in maybe she still lives in that address, So I wrote her a little letter, and she wrote back, and we reconnected, and even though we talk, over the phone and we text and things like that, we've been sending letters for almost 20 years now. I don't even know what I'm going to do with all of these letters. I mean, at some point I have to like put them in some kind of like archival box or something nice so that they're like nice and preserved, But I love receiving letters, postcards like this. I love writing, like having stationery. Eventually I want to have like my own monogrammed stationery. But I found out that's a lot more expensive than I realized. So that was going to have to wait a little bit. But yeah. So it's funny, I mean, when I go someplace, I always try to send her postcards, so what a nice little thing to receive in the morning, while you're having your breakfast. So look at that. Beautiful. Love it.